Well, thank you so much for staying with us. This is Firecrackers. Of course, we get to discuss issues of national interest. We also get to engage the major players. Now, there's so much to talk about on the show today, but joining me here in our Lagos studios is Shola Omolayo. He's a social commentator and, of course, a very, very wonderful friend to the station. Shola, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
We also have the chairman, Southwest Zone of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Dele Farotimi. He also joins us here in our Lagos studios. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Good evening.
And then we have joining us via Zoom, we have a legal practitioner, Dele Farotimi. Thank you so much for joining us, Dele. Thank you so much. He's here in Lagos. We also have Alexa Wilcox, a chartered accountant. He joins us from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. And of course, we also have joining us via Zoom from the nation's capital, Abuja, also an accountant, my brother and friend, Ubongesu. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this evening. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good evening, everybody.
All right. Okay, so let's begin the conversation, first of all, with the legal practitioner, Dele Farotimi. We understand his schedule is really, really tight. Dele, let's get talking with you because the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, says he's set to repeal the law, the 2017 law that powers state governments to have pensions for ex-governors and deputies. Let's begin the conversation with you. Are you very optimistic about this?
I don't really know if there are any grounds for optimism that the governor finally decided that it was time to stop a madness that has lasted 13 years. Because in a state where there are still children who are not able to access education, and that might sound like madness to somebody in Lagos who sees all the schools in Lagos, but there are places in this same Lagos, places like Gorodom, where people go to school and pay school fees on a daily basis. Is a day pay thing. So when you now have that kind of environment, and within that space, you also now have that kind of humongous amount being paid in pension to persons who really do not need it. Let's not even talk about deserving it. So if finally they woke up and decided that they are stopping this, I was asked the same question on an interview a few days ago. And at the time, I actually thought it was a pretty altruistic thing for Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu to be thinking of doing. And I applauded it. And I still applaud it even now. But a few friends have since pointed out to me that it's not coming from any altruistic intention. Before that loan might be advanced, the pensions law has to be abrogated or cancelled because it actually offends common sense that you are borrowing to pay those kind of loans if you cannot generate the monies yourself. So whatever the reason might be, however you want to flip this, it is a measure that I believe we should all applaud. At least it makes sense. They're doing something quite sensible there. I applaud it.
One more question for you before I let you go, Dele. Do you think the move is also politically motivated? That's on the one hand. And then do you think that this is a decision that may probably bite back on the governor? Because those who think that what happened to Ambode, for instance, may likely happen to Sanwo-Olu, even though, well, we know that the person in question has actually commended this move. But do you see politics in all of this?
Whoever is selling you that story is just being mischievous. Babajide Sanwo-Olu is not Ambode. Ambode to an extent might have balked the system that brought him to power, but not this particular mild-mannered gentleman. He's not about to balk anything. If he hadn't been told to do this, he wouldn't even dare to move a muscle. So please, don't even let's start that unnecessary discussion. He's doing exactly what has been approved by the board of directors of the company that, that please, it is a good move, whatever the motivation might be. But for anyone
exactly
extending it, does it mean he has some? All of a sudden, he became an independent man that is taking decisions and then is poking the person who brought him to power. Forget that story. He qualifies for the office he occupies. He will not do such a thing.
All right, Dele, would like to thank you so much for speaking with us. We may get your thoughts again when we get on the topic.